In this daily drop, I'm going to talk about my big Amazon Prime Day purchase, which definitely has to do with production. So let's go. All right, everybody, here we are. And if you are watching this today when it drops, which is Wednesday, July 17th, we are smack right in the middle of Amazon Prime Days. And this has become an annual event, not only for Amazon, where they're selling products at deep discounts, some of them, over a 2-day period of time, but other retailers, resellers, and manufacturers have now piggybacked onto Prime Days, and you just find sales everywhere when Prime Days happen. So here's the deal. Yesterday, I was on a shoot for a project that I'm doing, an ongoing project, and we were doing a series of stand-up interviews on a deck. And as usual, I used these power banks right here, these smaller ones, and they're great. I used one for the MixPre 6.2 to power for audio because that does take AA batteries, but they don't last very long. And then the other one was used for the FX30. So that's how I was getting power to my camera and to my audio. We weren't using any lights. It was all natural light. So we flew a 6x6, had some beadboard, and then, of course, the microphone was going into the MixPre 6.2, which was being powered by one of these. All well and good, but a couple of things. Number one, these are, in my opinion, not really designed to be outside in the middle of summer in bright sunlight. I'm not saying you can't use them that way, but anytime I'm using something, and of course with smartphones it's a consideration as well, that's electronic or has electronics in it, unless it's built or purpose built for that application, I'm always a little concerned. Now, I was in shade when I was using these yesterday, so not a huge deal. But I have been eyeing a power station for quite some time. I have a 2K, what we call a putt-putt sometimes, which is a generator that is gas powered, obviously gas, oil, and you can run that thing forever just by refueling it, but it is loud, and I am finding more and more nowadays, especially because so many of these devices are USB-C powered, that having a unified power station for a lot of these shoots would make a lot of sense. Now, there's a company, Anker, which both of these are made from, which I have pretty good confidence in, and they are selling for Prime Day their Solix C1000 for 50% off. So this 1,000 approximately watt-hour power station is being sold for Amazon Prime Days for $4.99. It was kind of something that I couldn't not do, at least for me, based on my needs right now. Now, it's non-returnable, or so it says, but the reviews are great, and it's going to give me a lot of power. It's giving 1800 watt output on there. And you can also buy, as part of the kit or separately, solar panels to actually recharge this thing. But what I love about it is not only does it have good capacity, 1,000 watt hours means that I can run something like NANLite 300B2, a 300 watt fixture, for easily about 3 hours right off of that power bank. And I'm not planning to do that all of the time, but just knowing that I have that option and I can be anywhere with a silent powering solution for that cost that can do that, I think is pretty great. And it's just sort of long overdue for me to get a product like this, and I've just been eyeing it for a long time. It's pretty cool because the other feature that I love is that in about 40 minutes, you can do a 0 to 80% charge. So it's got a fast charge feature. And supposedly, if you're down to essentially 0% on that, you can fully charge the battery in there, or batteries, because you know it's lots of cells, in just under an hour. fully charged and ready to go again. So to me, that's great. If you have a 600-watt solar panel attachment to it, you can fully recharge the power station in, I believe, just under 2 hours. So that's pretty amazing as well. I didn't opt for that right now because it's not really a need that I see and an expense that I need to have, but I know that that option is available to me going forward. So the Solix C1000 for me was my big purchase for Amazon Prime Days. I think it's going to make a lot of sense. I actually have some stuff coming up next week where we're going to be outdoors for most of the day. And if I feel like I need some extra power for lighting, I'll have it there in that power station. But more importantly, a centralized place where I can power my cameras. We're going to be doing 2-camera interviews. I can power my audio, and I can also recharge things, whatever I need to do. And then when I break for lunch and I'm offloading footage, I can just plug the thing into mains, and in less than an hour, I can have it fully recharged. So morning, afternoon, I think it's going to work perfectly. You're going to find your Amazon Prime deals. For me, it works, or I think it will work very well for my production needs. I'll put a link to it below. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.